Hi everyone! How was my last tutorial about the days of the week, months, and the seasons of the year in the German language? In this tutorial, let's look at some office-related vocabulary in the German language and also a typical dialogue between two colleagues in an office. So moving on, so here you can look at some main office supplies. In German, there is one word. This is called der Bürobedarf or das Büromaterial. Now, both these nouns are compound nouns which are made up of das Büro, which is the office, and der Bedarf. And Bedarf is the supply. So, office supply. In the same way, Büromaterial is a compound noun made up of das Büro and das Material. So, the material that you find in the office. So, let's have a look at some main office supplies. Das Notizbuch, in plural, die Notizbücher. So any notebook is this word in singular or notebooks in plural. And this is once again a compound noun. Made up of die Notiz, which is a note, and das Buch, which is the book. To write notes or notes, because in plural, die Notizen. And one book is das Buch, many books, die Bücher. Then we have die Büroklammer, singular, die Büroklammern, plural. Again, this is a compound noun made up of das Büro, the office, and die Klammer, where die Klammer is any pin or any peg that you use to attach something. So you know that we have clothes pegs also that we use to hang the clothes with on a clothes stand. Those are also called Klammer. To differentiate between those clothes pegs and these clips, we call paper clips die Büroklammer. Die Akte, die Akten, one file, more files. Der Kalender, die Kalender. So in plural, the calendar word remains the same as in the singular form. Der Ordner, die Ordner. The Ordner is this big folder or file folder that can store many documents or many papers, and of course it is bigger than a normal file. This word also in the plural is the same as in the singular form. Then der Briefumschlag, singular, die Briefumschläge, plural. Once again, this is a compound noun made up of der Brief and der Umschlag, the letter and the envelope. So der Umschlag on its own means any envelope, but if you put the word brief in front of it, it becomes the envelope for a letter only. Then we have die Briefmarke, singular, die Briefmarken, plural, the postage stamp. Once again, this is a compound noun made up of der Brief and die Marke. So any stamp that you put on a letter becomes the postage stamp. Das Klebeband, singular, die Klebebänder, plural. The sticky tape, as we call it. Again, this is a compound noun made up of Now this is a different type of compound noun because we can consider the first one as a noun, die Kleber, which is the glue, or even the verb kleben, which is to glue something, and das Band is the tape. So the tape that glues something. Die Schere, singular, die Scheren, plural. Scissor, scissors. Der Stift, die Stifte. The pen or pens. Der Marker or der Textmarker, singular, die Marker or die Textmarker. And note that this word in German is written just like the English word marker, and it also means the same. So any board marker or any text marker, the highlighter. Der Hefter, die Hefter. The stapler, singular, staplers, plural. Then we have der Kugelschreiber, singular, die Kugelschreiber, plural. And this is the last compound noun for this tutorial part, and it is made up of die Kugel, which is anything round in shape. We can even call a ball die Kugel or eine Kugel because it is round in shape, but it refers to any round thing. And der Schreiber is anything with which you write, because der Schreiber comes from the verb schreiben, which is to write. And note that schreiben is a pure regular verb and has similar conjugation to the conjugations of the previous purely regular verbs that I've covered with you. Ich schreibe, du schreibst with an st ending. Sie, es schreibt with the t ending, etc. So do have a look at my previous tutorials to see the conjugations of the purely regular verbs. So we have quite a lot of vocabulary for the office supplies. That was all for today. Do stay updated for part 2 of this tutorial. Thank you.